Hello there. This is the second half of what was supposed to be my Saturday vlog after I made that little editing timeline workflow thing. But I got busy. I don't know how many hours I edited yesterday because today's Sunday. Probably 6 to 8 hours. Man, time flies when you're having fun and or you're editing. Sometimes they're one and the same, sometimes they're not. And I think the main reason that I did not is that right in the last scene I was working on yesterday at the very end of the day, I don't know, it wasn't super late. It was like 9:30, I don't know, something like that. And not that they're not all key scenes, but this was like a crucial scene. And we did 4 takes of it. And I think in all 4, the shotgun mic was in the shot. And it wasn't just like, where's the camera? It wasn't just like this or something. It was sticking up right behind a guy, which I can't really do here. But, and it wasn't like in a half an inch or something. It was in a lot. I think my light is too bright. Ooh, look at that, dramatic. And I cannot believe, because I was operating the camera on this particular shot, and I guess I was just so concentrated on the actress's performance that I didn't see it. And I just talk about a dagger through whatever. Oh, it was so, and so I immediately looked for some Da Vinci tutorials because I haven't done much in terms of like masking and compositing and tracking and all that kind of stuff. So I look for a couple things because we're going to have to get rid of it because the 2 shots I want to use, and the other problem is that I discovered this morning, this is basically, it's not a oneer, but the shot starts and then it cuts to a close up and it goes back to the original shot. And so we're married to those 2 angles. And it's on the second part of the wide shot. She comes up and she does something and the microphone is just in for at least 5 seconds. He was moving it from one place to another. And it's totally my fault that I didn't see it and tell him. So the second problem is in each take, she said the 2 lines slightly differently. And so the delivery in one is good. And she said the right thing. The delivery in the other is the right line, which I think they were right, but she said it just perfect in that take. And so the only thing I can do is like a semi jump cut. I can do a digital push in and reframing a little bit, which I looked at it and it doesn't look horrible. So that was disappointing. And then I looked up some masking techniques and I couldn't make any of them work, which I eventually will. Even if I have to hand paint out whatever, a couple hundred frames. But that was a terrible way to end a Saturday and super disappointing and disappointed in myself. And that's always the worst thing. If it was someone else, I guess I could get mad at them a little, but mostly I wouldn't. So today did I do a little editing in the morning? I think I looked at some more tutorials. There's like 8 different ways. None of them exactly work. And so I'll figure that out. And then the afternoon, after I got back from stuff I was doing, I missed most of the NFL games, which is okay because the Lions aren't playing. So I edited probably 6 hours. What time is it? Probably 4.5 hours. And a couple of the scenes were fairly easy, but then I got into the very first scene that we shot on the first day of filming, which was October 2nd. And it's so weird to think back on that day. And so the good news is, well, I don't know if it's good news, but it's the only day that we really used the jib as a jib and went up and down, and we got some cool shots. And I remember it took longer than we thought, both because of that, and there was like 14 setups, and it was all in a room. And once you see it, the jib moves look awesome. And so unfortunately, it kind of makes the rest of the movie feel locked down because that's just the way we planned it. And I'm sure if we would have had time, if we would have had sets that allowed it, we would have done more jibbing, booming, whatever. So that scene took quite a while to cut. Of the 4.5 hours I worked, well, because one of the scenes had like 3 angles, and that was pretty easy once I figured it out. The other scene really just had 1 or 2, but it was obvious what to cut to in this one. And it's by no means done yet, but it took a long time, but I'm generally happy with it. We did not get coverage on this one guy's close-up where he said a couple lines, and so the audio we have isn't horrible, but we'll probably have him do some ADR. Fortunately, he's not really on camera, so it's more voiceover. I don't know what the point was of doing this being a 2-parter other than just making one video instead of 2, but I will post this tonight, Sunday. I'd say I probably spent, I don't know if I'm going to edit some more tonight or if I'll treat myself to watching a Smallville episode on my Quest 3. If you don't have a Quest 3, you don't know what you're missing. You can put them on. You put on noise canceling headphones, these Bose right here, and you can just completely turn out, and it's awesome. I got to go. Someone's here. See ya.